And we're back with more. Where's the camera? We're back with See My Finger. We're back with more exciting and just awesomeness that is the Incredible Hokes.
You're really milking it today.
I'm Chris.
I am Mark.
And speaking of that big finger there was in your face, we're going to talk about Donald Trump.
Okay.
See how I segued?
Yeah, that was a good segue. All right, we've been talking about the election, and we're doing a little bit of a report card. We did the Democrats. Now it's the Republicans' turn. We listed 3 things back 2 months ago on what the candidates needed to do if they plan to win.
By the way, I think our Hillary one was very fair.
I still think it was fair, and she's been doing those things.
If y'all watched it and thought we were unfair, that's about as fair as I think I can be. I don't know if I can be fairer for me, but I digress.
Yeah, because we were really talking strategy. We weren't even talking policy on that segment. All right. Here's a reminder of the 3 things we said Trump needs to do if he wants to win, and we'll grade it. All right. Solidify support from his conservative base, okay?
Fail.
2, hammer the Democrats on failed policies of the last 8 years.
Mixed.
3, enlist Cruz campaign staffers to help with his grassroots turnout for the fall election.
Complete fail. Didn't even try.
Okay.
That's
now,
like not even a fail. That's like a
overall grade.
Fuck it. It's like there's an A, B, C, D, F, and then fuck it. You didn't even bother with it.
Well, I gave him C-.
On that one?
On the overall grade is C- on those 3 things, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Starting with the Cruz thing, because you really had an objection there on the Cruz staffer thing. Ted Cruz has been giving to Reince Priebus and the RNC since all the way back to June. Quietly, he's been giving as much information about the way they were doing their grassroots campaign as possible. He's not been making a big deal about it, but he's been doing it. He continues to do it and work phones now. Second, and most importantly, Kellyanne Conway, who's running his campaign, was running the Ted Cruz campaign.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, it's like she's trying to get him to be more disciplined and trying to kind of bring him in a little bit. And until the first debate in September, it was totally working. He was totally on message. Because he had that terrible August, he totally rebounded in September. Yeah. And going into that first debate, he had tied. Nationally, he was tied.
Yeah.
And so since then, he got carried away with all that Miss Universe from 1995.
Yeah.
Again, what we talked about 2 months ago. Don't go after private citizens. Leave it alone. That's bait that the Democrats throw at you. Don't take the bait. Ignore it. So if he wants to turn things around, I suggest these things. You need to seize the moment. You need to go on offense against Hillary. Pivot away from the distractions. Now, what you need to do is stay on campaign themes. Economy, security, and Supreme Court nominees. Those 3 things, if he'll stay on those things, he can rebound.
He won't. It's like saying, hey, if this wolf wouldn't eat meat for the...
Well, the rallies he did today in Florida, he really went there with a lot of these 3 things I mentioned.
So what was this?
Economy, security, and Supreme Court nominees.
Well, I mean, he typically has always mentioned those. See, I don't think he views all this the way at least the pundits do. Joe Sixpack, who's the average voter, is pretty much already decided, and they're not really watching the news that close. They're too busy doing their job and raising kids and getting their shit done. I'm a self-employed business owner. You're a news junkie. We're more tuned. I have time to read Drudge Report twice a day. Mm-hmm. You have time you make time rather because it's your hobby, passion, whatever, to read these things.
Sure.
So my point in saying it is, I think the average Joe could give 2 craps that he tweeted at midnight or 3 a.m. about Miss Universe. I think the average Joe could give 2 craps that he talked nasty on the bus with Billy Bush. Conversely, there's things that they give 2 craps about with Hillary as well.
Right.
So I think when he does get airtime, when he does get the major attention, like the debate or whatever, he does just fine. I don't think it's the Twitters. I don't think it's all those things that are his undoing. Does that make sense?
Well,
Does that make any damn sense?
I do hear you, but the issue is when you have a candidate, if he's going to win, it's the independent voters, these undecideds, that he has to appeal to. And it's not helpful, let me put it that way, when 1 week from the media, the story is we're talking about some Miss Universe candidate from 1995.
Yeah.
And he said something, blah, 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 blah. It's like, and you're like, and then he feeds it by continually, keep taking it on and tweeting, and it's like it was just like the con thing. That thing could have been a 24-hour news thing, and he feeds it. It's like quit feeding.
I know. It's just like the Paul Ryan thing here recently in the last few days.
Just
he
let
won't
it go.
let the Paul Ryan thing go. I was like, Jesus. Now, again, but we're news junkies. That's where I'm stepping in here.
Okay.
I don't think the Joe who's an electrician who gets off at 6:30 and goes to Little League practice and is going to end up voting. It gives two craps about. He has no time to he hears what he hears. He sees what he sees on Facebook. He hears what he hears on the radio in between. I don't think any of that stuff sticks. So the fact that he's in the debate going policy and attacking Hillary,
right.
I think it does less damage than people think it does.
I hope you're right. To sum up where we are.
And one last thing I'll get in there. I think the media completely underestimates the cumulative disdain for Hillary Clinton. They completely undermine it. I don't believe the polls. I'll say it publicly. I don't believe the polls for crap. I don't believe the polls for one instant. Not one. I don't believe any of them.
Well,
and that might be my undoing. Come back and I have egg all over my face. But I'll say it publicly. I don't think the polls are accurate for nothing.
Well, my last thought is, in 2012, the lesson I took away from that election is believe the polls. She's at 45%, and this is what I've been saying for months now. Trump's magic number is 46. 46% nationally. You got to get there. You keep getting up to like 43, 44, and then you do something stupid and you're back down to 40 and 39.
He does.
You need to stop that. You're like, dude, you know where you need to be. 46. And there's a lot of people who keep talking themselves out of supporting him. So quit going after private citizens. Stay on topic. Economy, security, Supreme Court nominees, do that, and you can get to the 46%.
Trump wins. It'll be by a popular vote landslide with a electoral by the skin of his teeth. But that's my prediction. Trump wins with that outcome. There's no way he doesn't win the popular vote. But he might lose the electoral college because of the states and being awarded Ohio and all that kind of stuff. I don't see. I'll make this prediction right now. Trump wins the popular vote. He might lose the presidency, but I guarantee he wins the popular vote.
Well, for doing predictions, I would say this is not what I want, but this is what I predict. Hillary Clinton wins, and she wins with at least 320 electoral votes.
Ooh, you're talking about ass beating.
She gets at least 320 because that's where she's got that right now, and he needs to up his game. Yeah,
beating. All right, we'll see. And with that, is it a 2?
Hopefully not.